Here are some questions from my Living Adventurously podcast and a notebook that I think are worth considering. What does living adventurously mean to you? What is a good decision you have made in life? What can that teach me about making decisions? What story would you put on the front page of the newspaper? What would you say to someone who told you that your life was becoming less adventurous? Did anyone ever warn you against being adventurous? How did it feel? How does it feel now? How could you be happier? What is an absurd thing that you love? Why do you not act when you know what to do? Are you sacrificing your present happiness for the sake of a happier future, or the other way round? What is the question you are afraid to ask? What is stopping you from living more adventurously? On a scale of 1 to 100, how weird are you? Should I choose security or what makes my heart sing? Tell me about trying to live a full, adventurous life and still also fulfill your responsibilities. What are you doing at times you feel that you are being a good parent, partner, spouse, sibling or friend? Tell me about the last time you climbed a tree or swam in a river or watched the sun set from a hilltop. What book should I read to make myself more wild, bold and curious? Tell me how you find a balance between work, play, money and family. Do you wish you had more freedom? How would your life be different if you were a millionaire? If you could pause everything and spend a year doing whatever you wanted, what would you do? Tell me the story of something you regret. What won't you be able to do in 10 years' time that you can do now? Do you need to earn money or do you want to earn money? What is the biggest question you would like to answer in your own life? Do you want to live more adventurously? If so, why and how? What is the right balance between being selfish versus selfless? What is your favourite failure in life? Why was it important? Tell me about making the best out of life. If you could live life over, what would you do differently? What advice would you offer to someone who has the same big barriers that are in your head and stop you getting on with things? Who was the most adventurous grown-up you knew when you were a child? What is enough? If you could only work 2 hours per week on your business, what would you focus on? In the last 5 years, what new belief, behaviour or habit has most improved your life? Do you think you will manage to become the person you want to be? If you had 1 extra hour every day, all to yourself, how would you spend it? Within reason, we can do anything, but we cannot do everything. How do you choose how to spend your energy and time? What 3 things do you need to live a life of purpose? Are you doing what you love? What purchase of £100 or less has most positively impacted your life recently? If you could magically change 1 thing in your life, what would it be? Who do you want to remember you and how when you are dead? What's holding you back? Why haven't you already begun? What are you willing to sacrifice for ambition? What small thing do you do regularly which greatly improves your life? Can you share an example of trying to find a balance between contentment and self-improvement? What advice can you give me so that I look back on my life with satisfaction rather than regrets? If you asked your childhood self who you thought you would become, would you measure up? What 3 things would your younger self be proud of? Stick or twist? In general, my life is comfortable and happy. Should I risk a new challenge and make big changes, or settle for what I have? What are you proud of? What do you want to be when you grow up? Can you share an example of what home means to you? What would the 80-year-old version of yourself advise you to do? Ask me a hard question. And what hard questions would you like to ask other people? What were the 2 happiest periods of your life? What did you think that being aged X was going to be like? And what is it actually like? What would a life spent living adventurously look like to you? Big questions. Big questions. Very big questions.